What is going on, guys? Noon here with MMORPG, bringing you guys my top 5 side-scrolling MMORPGs. Now, to make it on this list, basically, it had to be a side-scrolling MMORPG, and there's not a lot out there, but don't get me wrong, there's quite a few that are pretty popular and a lot of fun that are often looked over. So kicking off my list at number 5 is Islatale. Now, this is a very old side-scrolling MMORPG that some of you may be familiar with and some of you may not be. It has a lot of inspiration. It looks very similar to MapleStory, some of you might recognize, but don't get me wrong, it does have a lot of different aspects and a lot of cool different features that MapleStory does not have. What makes this game cool and unique is the cool different classes, lots of different areas to explore, great character models, good map design, and really interesting and nice monsters. Now, one thing I really truly enjoy about this game is the different approach to the classes and the bit harder of a grind that this game offers. Now, unlike other side-scrolling MMORPGs, the grind in these games can be fairly quick and progression can be pretty darn fast. Now, this game has some decent grind to it, and don't get me wrong, the progression isn't super slow, but it does offer quite a bit of a challenge with enemies dealing good amount of damage and often sometimes hard to defeat, as well as bosses offering a good amount of challenge and will often take a couple of players to take out in a party or a group together. So it offers a really nice challenge, and overall it's a pretty great game with some really cool skill effects in classes, and it's really worth checking out. Number 4 on my list is Starbreak. Now, we did cover a first look video on this game, but I gotta say, it's one of the best side-scrolling MMORPGs I have played to date. Now, not a lot of side-scrolling MMORPGs, or new ones at least, come out nowadays, and it's very rare to see a new or a really nice one that's well polished and a lot of fun as this one. This one offers really cool platforming and puzzle designs, as well as exploration and lots of cool enemies to battle and gear progression system. Now, what makes this game cool and unique is, as opposed to other side-scrolling MMORPGs, is you don't have to run through areas, grind tons of mobs, and level up. It's primarily based through acquiring gear from enemies and just exploring and finding your way around this world. With each map you go into being randomly generated for a new experience every time you jump into a zone, it really offers a unique and really great experience in the game from start to finish. Whether you're starting off in the game or you're hitting the jungle, every time you run through it, it's going to be different with the randomly generated maps, but there's always going to be different enemies and different items and power-ups to acquire every single time, making the game fun, offering a new type of challenge, making this game hard or very casual depending on how you want to play it. If you want to casually go through the game with friends and explore different areas, or you want to rush to the end and fight the boss as fast as you can, challenge yourself with maybe taking a lot of upgrades or a few upgrades and really testing your skills to the test. Overall, it's a fantastic game. For the state that it's currently in, being fairly early on, with a lot more updates to come and a full release shortly along after that, it's a really great game. It offers a nice amount of polish with great visual graphics and appeal overall. Overall, it's one of the games that I'm really looking forward to seeing fully complete, but as of right now, it's fantastic, it's great, and it's really worth checking out, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Hitting it at number 3 on our list is Elsword. A lot of you guys may be familiar with this game. It is a side-scrolling MMORPG that has been around for a while and has seen quite a good amount of success. Not only with the amount of success that it has a lot of content updates, really cool and unique classes with lots of skill and class variations once you delve deeper into the game. Overall, this game is super solid. It has lots of cool classes, lots of dungeons, great PvP mechanics, and offers just about everything you could ever want in a side-scrolling MMORPG. It has a decent amount of grind to it, which is not too bad. The progression is pretty good. The combat is super solid with really cool, fun, flashy skills to acquire, and all around every class is much different from each other, and each class variation can change up the game and the class that you play quite a bit. You can play one class and play it 3 different ways depending on how many different classes or jobs it can go into, making the game and the experience different every single time. Not only that, the game offers a really nice cash out with some really cool costumes for each character, make really nice, aesthetically pleasing costumes. But not only that, it has a great amount of content throughout the whole game. It's a lot of fun, and the graphics are really nice. And like I said, with a ton of content updates that the devs are always throwing into this game never really gets dull or boring because there's always something new around the corner or some new big update or class along the way. So the game always stays relevant, and it's really nice and can stay really appealing, and there's a lot of hours to really be invested into the game for long-term enjoyment. Overall, it's a really nice game, other than some things in the cash shop being a little bit pay to win, or not pay to win, I should say pay to progress. You can get some things much faster in the game just by spending a little bit of money. Kind of makes it put it at number 3 on our list, but don't get me wrong, overall the game offers a really nice experience if you don't want to put any money into the game, and overall it's definitely worth checking out. Alright guys, number 2 on our list is MapleStory. This is a game widely known by many, and a game that you guys will be pretty familiar with. For side-scrolling MMORPGs, this is one of the best games I've ever played. Being a longtime fan of this game, and having been out of it for a little while, it's nice to see that the game is still widely supported and still loved by many players. With over 30 different classes to play, tons of customization, and a huge world that's always growing and expanding to explore, along with tons of bosses, and all the fun grind that you could ever imagine that comes with these side-scrolling MMORPGs, MapleStory has definitely got to be one of the best side-scrolling MMOs out there, and it still is to date. The only thing that keeps it from being on the top of the list and keeps me from playing for longer than I used to is the pay-to-win aspect that the game has kind of thrown into the game over the years. It did start off as a very solid side-scrolling MMORPG, and it was a lot of fun. It's one game that I truly did enjoy for quite a while, but as the game progressed more, a lot of items did become a lot more beneficial to the cash shop, and you could progress a lot better with all your characters spending more money into the game, or selling Nexon and other things like that. That's why the game kind of draws me back, but don't get me wrong, still the core mechanics of the game are still really great, and it still offers a ton of content. Now, by no means do you have to drop money into this game, but it does help quite a bit, which is why I put it number 2 on this list. But overall, it's still a super solid game with tons of different classes that can offer a ton of different appeal to quite a few people. There's definitely got to be one class in here that can easily appeal or apply to everybody. So that's why I gotta say MapleStory is a great side-scrolling MMORPG, but it's only gonna make it as number 2 on our list. Alright guys, and number 1 on our list is Dungeon Fighter Online. This is a fantastic side-scrolling MMORPG. Having been shut down in North America a few years ago thanks to Nexon, this game is brought back in full force thanks to the original developers. This is a fantastic side-scrolling MMORPG that I've enjoyed playing quite a bit. Now that it's back with new classes, new content, it's really quite the game that we've all known and loved, but with just so much more. This game is absolutely fantastic with lots of different classes, tons of content, great PvP. Overall, this is a great side-scrolling MMORPG. And to put it on top of all of that, it has no pay-to-win aspects in the cash shop, which is why I absolutely love this game. The only thing that you can acquire in cash shop is some cool costumes for your characters, but your characters already alone, once creating your class, have some really good look and aesthetics as long as visual views to them, which is great. It's fantastic. I enjoy it quite a bit. Which is why all around, this skill has great fun and flashy skills to acquire, really nice move sets, lots of different dungeons to challenge yourself with, along with some fantastic and really sometimes frustrating PvP, but overall it's a great game. It's offered a ton of fun, it has a lot of different content, and now that it's back in full force in North America, I gotta say, it's easily one of my favorite side-scrolling MMORPGs. If you guys have enjoyed my list, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, but don't forget, this is my top 5 list for the best side-scrolling MMORPGs. If there are others out there that you guys enjoy that I did not mention in this video today, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys are playing or some suggestions that you guys have. But once again, like I said, if you guys have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. But until next time guys, I will talk to you later.